Welcome back to another U.S. forecast upload here with Adrian's weather forecast. In this video, we're going to be focusing about the major warm fronts that are going to be entering the United States here, bringing excruciating, deadly, and extreme temperatures here, possibly way beyond triple digits for not one state, not two states, but possibly beyond 10 states can be seeing triple digits here incoming throughout the next coming days. Could possibly see as far up as 115 degrees. Definitely feeling the summer temperatures here, and it's going to bring a long-lasting warm up here for much of the eastern and central United States here. So very widespread possibilities. You're definitely going to see these temperatures go up as you get closer and closer to mid of July. So really expect those warm temperatures, stay hydrated, and all of that. Before we get in the video, please smash that like button to show your awesome support and that you love this video. Hit the subscribe button as well to show your awesome and amazing support for my channel, and also be sure to the post notification icon bell so you get notified as soon as I post a video. Without further ado, let's get into this U.S. forecast video. So here we are taking a look at the National Weather Service here, new updates, and we have very big areas for potential heat threats. And as you see, we have a very widespread area of heat advisories for portions of Texas, Louisiana, and just much of the South Central. We also do have excessive heat warnings as well here for portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and even Missouri. So we do have quite a lot of issues here. Going to possibly see 15 or beyond degrees above average. Really hearing the word 15 degrees above average kind of doesn't seem kind of like excruciating heat, but the averages in these areas are possibly 90 degrees, almost 85 degrees. Add 15 to that, that's when you get the crazy part. And also going to be seeing the real-time temperatures, and also the temperature, what it feels like can possibly feel like 120 most likely at this point. And also the humidity is going to be excruciating and unbearable at this point. And we also have heat advisory for portion of the Minneapolis metro area. We're going to definitely see a lot more heat advisories, possibly from just a lot of the planes are going to be under heat advisories. I can tell, but definitely got a ton of already excessive heat warnings for portions of the Tulsa area. Also, just including extreme heat. It's going to be very widespread by the time we get into the weekend. But without further ado, let's get into the NOAA outlook for the 6 to 10 days. Here's a NOAA outlook here for the next 6 to 10 days. So this is now from July 8th to July 12th. As you see, extreme heat for the United States. You can just feel the warmth just by looking at these colors here. Getting flashbacks to last summer in August, September, we saw excessive heat warnings from the Midwest to the plains. Could very well see that scenario, except from this area right here, this general plain area, we see the worst of it really. As you see, a very widespread 60 to 70% chance for above average temperatures here from the Canadian border to the Texas border with Mexico. So very widespread, even a little area in Florida. So the percentage doesn't really matter because we're definitely going to be seeing some really long-lasting heat. And it's going to be from coast to coast, from California to Maine. We'll be seeing some kind of above average temperatures. Really, it's going to be excruciating heat. Even the Southwest will possibly keep their heat advisories later on because they can be seeing 115 plus degrees, even though they're not at a huge percentage of above average temperatures. We have a new incoming ridge, and so that's going to keep in the low pressure system right here, bringing very cool temperatures and actually some moist conditions there as well for the Pacific Northwest. But obviously, this is going to be seeing a really strong high pressure system right here. That's going to be seen over the plains, bringing excruciating heat with an incoming cold front. The warm air has finally found its place into the eastern United States. It's been a kind of flip-flop pattern. It's been really cold for the eastern coast, and then very warm and dry for the southwest. But that is going to make, or the west, that's going to be that new U.S. Forecast for that U.S. pattern change here. So very warm temperatures. Whether you're in a 33% chance or 70% chance for above average temperatures, it's very, very widespread. Without a doubt, we're going to be seeing excruciating heat, especially for portions of the Texas, Nebraska, South Dakota area. You guys are going to be seeing beyond triple digits for almost consecutive back-to-back days. You can be seeing triple digits. So definitely deadly heat. This is definitely deadly. Obviously, if you're not hydrated, if you're outside too long, you can possibly see some really bad sunburns as well. That's also a very big a threat. The very bad and severe sunburns. Now from July 10th to July 16th, look at this. Nothing really changed. The heat is still in the exact same areas, really. Only thing that's really changed is the percentage for those areas, and also the cooler air is getting pushed back into the Pacific Northwest, all the way near the Vancouver area, all the way over there. It's not even in California, barely in California anymore. But look at this heat. It's barely changed, barely moved. It's actually gotten worse for a lot more people actually at this point. Georgia's gotten a lot more heat. The Mississippi River's gotten a lot more heat. Areas in the potentially the Midwest have gotten a lot more heat, and even now the South, or not even portion of the Northeast and New England area, have gotten a lot more heat. And look at this, very widespread, 60 to 70% chance for the South Central, and also Florida. Florida, you guys are gonna be just dying of humidity. I'm gonna tell you that. It's humidity and dew points. Humidity can be at 80%. That I'm just gonna put that out, 80%. You can possibly see that humidity. It's gonna be unbearable at this point, and very deadly heat, excruciating heat, and it's gonna be unbearable. This heat, possibly 107 degrees, possibly 115 degrees. It's gonna be excruciating, and the feel like can possibly be 120. That can be the feel like. The feel like that can be 130. It's gonna be excruciating heat. It's just unbearable. And I can't even say that a lot. I know it's only saying 50 to 60% chance, but put that into real-time temperatures, and then you're going to see that happening and how that's going to be. Now let's go and check out the 2-meter temperature anomaly. So this is July 5th, and this is when the really warm air starts to enter the first portion of the United States here, incoming. That warm air is going to be incoming right into the Great Lakes there. Great Lakes is definitely not going to get spared whatsoever here. Very, very warm temperature. Look at this, possibly seeing 15 to 16, maybe even 20 degrees above average for portion to Minnesota, Michigan. That's going to be the first part. Then this warm air kind of starts to shift a bit more down to the northeast. And this is still in the 7th, so that's when we kind of don't see that really worst of it yet. Like I said, we're going to be seeing some spotty cold air. That's exactly why that percentage is kind of maintaining lower, because we're going to be maintaining also some frequent cold fronts or spotty cold areas. Look at this. This is going to stay for a while, actually. So you better enjoy that cold air in the Pacific Northwest. Let me tell you that. And as we get to July, that's when it all changed. That cold air just dissipates. This warm is going to be stretching out from Maine to Arizona to California. It's getting a lot worse at this point. Great Lakes, portions of the Western Plains, beyond 10 degrees above average at this point. And then it gets a lot worse for portions of the Northeast, possibly 15 degrees above average there. Possibly very warm temperatures by the 12th. That's when it gets really bad at that point. Possibly 8 to 16 degrees above average there. And then South Central, oh my gosh, the Central Plains are going to be awful at this point. You're going to possibly see 16 degrees above average, possibly 20 at some points, and maybe even 22 degrees above average. It's going to be maintained the exact same areas. This is all the way by July 17th. Do you see any improvement? Any improvement? Look at this warm air. Look at where all this warm air is at. Look at where all of it is. All of this portion of the United States is going to be seeing above average temperatures. Just look at that. Look at that right there. That's extremely very widespread this warm air. Let me tell you that. Look at the Great Lakes. Possibly 20 degrees above average. The Great Lakes is definitely going to get extreme changes compared to this week. And then we go all the way to July. As far as July 18th, no improvement whatsoever. That is a 16-day forecast of just no improvement of this warm front. Let me tell you that. Now let's go and check out the real-time temperatures here, so you can actually see exactly how warm that is. All right. As we now go into the highs for July 5th, we're gonna be seeing 90s, and we're gonna be seeing these really warm temperatures right here. As we get now to the highs for later on into the Southwest, look at that, 111 degrees. Later on, we're gonna be seeing some triple digits now for Texas, 90 for portions of South Dakota. This is not the worst of it yet. This is kind of where it's not as widespread. All right, now to July 8th. Wednesday, July 8th. Look at that now. We are seeing 101 degrees. 101 degrees, triple digits now for South Dakota. 90s and some high 90s for portions of Texas now. Now we get into July 9th. Going to be seeing 101 degrees for Texas. 97 for South Dakota. Now as we get now into July 10th, kind of getting a lot more 90s, a lot more frequent 90s. Okay, July 11th, 104 degrees. Almost triple digits in Montana and South Dakota. Look at this heat, 115 degrees for a portion of the Southwest. Absolutely crazy and mental heat. Okay, this is not getting any better. Look at July 12th. 108 to 107 degrees for Oklahoma and Texas. The whole state of Texas could be above 90 degrees at this point. 115 degrees for the Southwest still. 104 for Nebraska. Almost 100 as far north as South Dakota. Going to be seeing 94, if not above that, for portions of Wyoming. Now look at this, July 13th, 110 degrees for Oklahoma, portions of Texas above 105. Going to be reaching now triple digits for Nebraska. Continuing to see these really warm temperatures now to South Dakota. Okay, now we're seeing a huge increase in temperatures for the California area. 105 degrees for the Central Bay or Central Plain there. Look at this now. Okay, these really warm temperatures are really kind of widespread now. 105 degrees, 108, 109 for the plains. Look at this, possibly now triple digits for Nebraska and South Dakota border. Very, very warm temperatures for these areas. And as we now get into July 15th, possibly seeing our triple digits now entering South Dakota once again. Going to be seeing 103 degrees. It's just excruciating heat at this point. 113, 116 for portion of the Southwest. And that list does not improve. Does not improve whatsoever. This heat does not improve. We're going to be seeing 100 degrees for Kentucky. Possibly over 95 for New York City. Absolutely mental heat here. 103 for West Virginia. 101 for Virginia. 101 for Kentucky. Absolutely crazy. This is July 16th. Let's go now and talk about the Southeast a little bit. July 14th, 99, 95. Let's go back a little bit and rewind. Possibly 96, 100 for July 13th. And it gets really bad at the point where July 16th, that's when it gets really intense. That heat. Look at that, 103 degrees for West Virginia. And then by July 17th, 104 degrees for Virginia. 101 degrees for New York City. 91 as far north as Maine. Absolutely crazy heat. I know it's kind of gone down a little bit here from 108 to possibly 102, but look at these triple digits. They're just traveling thousands of miles, these triple digits. It's going to be super widespread. Let's kind of zoom in on the South Central a little bit. This is now July 11th, 104 degrees. Look at that, 104. Now July 12th, 107 degrees. Dallas downtown, 105 degrees. Look at these triple digits. They're everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Now, July 13th, 108 degrees, 109 degrees. All right. Now, as we now again to July 13th, 109 degrees, 110 degrees. Now, for Kansas, 106 degrees for Nebraska. Now, as we get into now July 14th, 106 for northern Texas, 101 there, 100 for Alabama, 102 for Arkansas, 102 for Louisiana. And as we get now July 15th, further on, 107, possibly 112 degrees. If you kind of tap right there, that'd be 112 degrees for Kansas. 102 now for Nebraska. It's absolutely crazy. 107, 108. Now let's go and check out the Southeast really quickly here. Check out that heat out. See what we're going to be seeing there. Possibly going to be seeing close to 100 degrees for Georgia at this point. Going to be seeing some very warm temperatures out there. 98 for Atlanta. 96 for areas near Clemson. Extreme heat. Now let's go check out the Southeast really quickly here, or the Southwest. Actually, that's where it's really bad, the Southwest. Let's go and check out the Southwest. This is where this heat is absolutely mental at this point. So let's go and check out what we're seeing later on. It's 115 degrees for portions of California by July 7th. 115, possibly 117 further up near Death Valley. 111 degrees by July 9th, as we now get into July 12th. Mental heat. It's just mental, this heat. Now look at this. Possibly 116 degrees by later on June 12th. It's just mental at this point. Now look at this huge warm up. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on, I did not mean to do that. Look, 76 degrees. That's a huge difference there. But look at this. From 66 degrees to 90 degrees. It's just mental. It's absolutely mental. This huge pattern change. It just absolutely changes out of nowhere. Look at this, 44 degrees for Colorado. No problem. It changes a lot. Now let's go ahead and check out now. July 17th, 117 degrees. 116. That's absolutely mental though. This heat. Very quickly, check out the Northeast one more time, really quick, so where the higher population is of my channel. I have more people from the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Let's go and check this really quickly here. By July 11th, we're gonna be seeing some cooler temperatures there. But July 13th is kind of maintaining calm, seeing some 60s as highs, 50s as highs in the main area. And this we're gonna be seeing this very huge difference. Now we're seeing 88, 90, 95 out there, and then a huge blast absolutely no. We're now seeing 90s in Maine when we just saw 60s 2 days earlier. 101 degrees for Philadelphia, 98 for New York City, hundreds for Kentucky and the Ohio Valley. That's not it. That's not done yet. Look, 104 degrees for West Virginia. Then 100 degrees for New York City. Let me go ahead and clip that for you. 100 degrees for New York City. 101 for New York City. Mental. 107 degrees for Virginia. Absolutely mental this heat. If that doesn't show how warm this heat is, I don't know what does. Hope you guys did enjoy the video though, and bye guys.